Yeah, I thought the performance was, wasn't a bad performance. I thought the guys kept going right to the end, created some decent moments. Just the final detail let us down. But the way they carried on fighting, the way they kept pushing till the end of the game, was great to see. I just felt like we weren't threatening enough, and we didn't give ourselves the opportunity by having sequences of possession in the attacking half. I thought we broke their press really well, but then we got into the attacking half and we didn't retain possession enough to allow us to create opportunities. And the one we did create, well, Enzo has a good shot, but the one we kept the ball for a good sequence. We got Amir in behind, and Amir missed the cross and it went out for a throw. But those are big moments, right? Those are big moments in games.
But yeah, like you said, the first half it was very much horizontal play rather than vertical.
Yeah, I thought there was a couple of moments where we could have played forward and we didn't. Fanny had a few where Amir makes good runs in behind into space, and we don't play the ball. Steven could have played Enzo and Pasha a couple of times into dangerous areas, but that's what happens, right? When you're in a run of form like we are, or when you're having a season like you are, it takes courage to play there. It's easier to play sideways or backwards, right? It's just the way it is when you're in these phases of play.
We talked before the game about them having to break through that five-man backline. It looks like you solved that problem in the second half.
Yeah, at half time we just adjusted the midfield a little bit, and we didn't as central defenders when we played the ball to Maka to Sam. He's just going to lend it back and encourage the press, right? But what we were doing then was going backwards in the first half instead of playing the extra man in the middle of the field. And the extra man being Enzo and Peter in those pockets. And then the second half, we start to recognise that and give those guys the ball. And it allowed us then to create opportunities after that.
So in that second half, they had literally just one shot, which was when they tried to chip Delgado from basically the halfway
Right.
line. Last week against San Antonio, you kept your first clean sheet in quite a while. You kept them to 0.5 XG or something like that.
Right.
How pleasing is it to be getting these defensive performances when it feels like 5 games are just shipping through them?
Yeah. It's pleasing, to see the team doing the things that allow us or give us a platform or give us an opportunity to keep a clean sheet, or keep the team to not many attempts at goal. Obviously Fernando makes the mistake tonight, and that's their goal. Second half, I don't, other than that shot, I don't remember them being in our half much. Let alone, but we drew a game again. It's a game that we should be walking away with 3 points, and we're not.
One of the changes in defense has been Stephen Turnbull playing as a centre back. What's that thinking for him in that position?
Yeah, I think Stephen's done really well there. It's something that I've wanted to experiment with a little bit, and he's been working on it in training. I think he has quality in possession. He can break lines of his passing. He can play longer balls. He can play shorter balls, and he's a good defender. He's got pace. He uses his body well. He can win aerial duels, and he's not afraid to put his foot in. But one of the main things for me is Stephen talks, and Stephen has leadership qualities, and that for me is a big thing.
He obviously pushes up very high as well, like as a former wing back, and then he gets that goal, and he was basically kind of strike at the end there. He told us he wasn't sure how you felt about that. Was that like something you wanted to see more?
I've told him before, when you're at wing back, I expect you to be in the box. Those are our extra numbers, and he got in the box and he scored a goal. So great for Stephen. I think we put him in at centre back on Saturday and then again tonight, and I thought he's played really well both games. And to get a goal there at the end, it's a reward for him.
Obviously, I mean, you said it in emphasis in a new attacking option, but then he got to play for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And you brought Jake in his place, and that sort of wrecked your substitution plan, right?
Yeah, well, we ended up. I think we had to bring, because that had to move Stephen to left wing back, and then Jake came in and Centeno to right wing back. So it was a little bit of moving the puzzle, the pieces around, and it ended up working out for us. So I thought, no, the guys that came off the bench and the guys that were on the field. They showed a great attitude tonight, and just need that little bit of focus, that little bit of quality in the final third.
What was his injury?
I'm not sure. I think he was. I don't think it was his. I think it was his arm. I think he may have fell funny.
Watching it, I thought it was his leg that they were working on, but I saw him in the swing.
Yeah, so I think he may have fell funny. I'm not sure. I'll find out shortly. But yeah.
And funny, just quick turnaround once again. Three games in 8 days with two of those great people playing out, and just what are your goals going into that game?
We'll assess everyone now and meet with the medical team and see where we're at, see if we've got any fresh injuries, see if we've got any fresh worries. Obviously we have Seba, but we'll see if there's anything else, and then try and get them in tomorrow to train, regen, and send them off to cryotherapy and massage and different things like that. But try and get them as fresh as we can be to go into a difficult place on Saturday against a very good Loudoun team. So it's about just getting re-energised, getting our bodies back, getting everyone as healthy as we possibly can.
You talked a little bit about this before, but just with 3 games remaining, are there any key points you're looking to see as this final stretch?
I want to see good performances. I just want to see what we saw tonight: a team that fights till the end, a team that continues to try and pass the ball and create attacking opportunities, and a team that's difficult to play against and difficult to get opportunities against. I think that for me in the last 3 games would be, and then hopefully get a couple of results. That'd be nice. But performances, going into obviously a big off season and then next year after that, but to be able to see good performances and a pride in their performance is what I'm looking for.
You've got two pretty strong opponents in
Exactly. Loudoun, Charleston, Miami as well. That's not going to be an easy game. No games are easy now. So, yeah, three difficult games. Hopefully, we can get a good crowd out here against Miami, and we can try and end a difficult year with a positive result.
Charleston might be resting a few players depending on the situation.
Depends how they look at it, right? They may rest a few. I think they're pretty much guaranteed second place if I remember rightly. So they may rest a few with the playoff in mind, or they may try and get a rhythm early, and that's up to Ben.